Hi everybody, it's John Zagrodzky, First Selectman for the town of Darien. Today is Thursday, March 27th, 2025. We're standing at the Darien train station, and I'm here today to give you an update on all the construction going on here. So this project started off with several objectives. Those objectives were to replace all of the platforms that you see on both sides of the tracks, all of the sidewalks associated with the station, the stairs, the railings, and the elevators that haven't been working in a while that are down at the end of the platform. But the project has been delayed pretty substantially, and the sources of those delays are as follows. First off is that this is going to be the first station in the state of Connecticut that is going to have electrically heated platform panels, which is great because that means we won't have salt anymore on this station. The problem is there have been some manufacturing delays with those panels. They're pretty complicated to make, and that has slowed down the process for us a bit. The second thing that's been challenging has been putting in the electrical infrastructure to supply power to those panels. So they've had to do some trenching work to get that done, and they've run into some underground infrastructure that they didn't expect that wasn't in the maps. In addition, they found a building down at the end of the platform, and that building had been built in the late 19th century, and when it was demolished, they just dumped it all on the ground and paved over it. Well, these guys had to excavate the brickwork, the foundation, all of that to pull that out and to put the electrical work down there. The third thing that's pretty interesting is all the damage that's been caused over the years by salt. These platforms were last replaced in 2003, and all that damage that you see has been done since then, and it's all caused by salt. And so when they started this work, it turns out the damage was worse than they expected, not just the platforms, but the foundations down there, and actually the train station building itself. And so they've had to fix all of that. So the result is we're delayed until the following dates. It looks like stage one of the project, which is the platforms that you see are to the east that are under construction now. All of that work is supposed to be finished by the end of August this summer. So that means those platforms, as well as the elevators, which will be now hydraulic lifts instead of the old electric ones and a lot more reliable, all that stuff will be finished by the end of August this summer. And then stage two, which are the platforms on the west side that we see here, all that's going to be finished by March of 2026. So a big delay from the original total completion date of May 2025. The good news, though, is that in replacing all of this, they're going to redo lighting and landscaping, and this really should look terrific by the time they're finished. So please be patient. Sometimes you'll see workers standing around, and they're not doing that. They're actually inspectors, making sure that this work was done right, or they're safety engineers, all of which are required by law in a construction project like this. So after having met with the construction team and the leadership earlier this week, I'm confident that they're on top of this. They've also committed to keep us informed about any further delays, which I'll report back to you when I hear about them. So that's the update from the Darien train station. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, give my office a call. Happy to talk to you. Stay tuned for more updates.